Good morning, students. I am going to tell you just the summary of the lesson, the 100 dresses. I am not going to do the lesson, but I will just tell you the summary of the lesson. The 100 dresses is a story that is on a girl who is teased by her classmates. The name of the girl is Wanda Petronsky. Wanda Petronsky, that name itself is very funny. That's the reason her friends, they tease her because of her name. She is from, that Wanda Petronsky is from a poor family. Why they were teasing her? Other classmates were teasing her because of her funny Polish name. She was from Poland and this was an American school where she was studying, and those friends of her, they were teasing her because of her name. And she used to tell always that she has only 100 dresses of one same color. Same faded blue dress to school every day, because she used to put every day the same blue dress. When her classmates used to ask her, why are you wearing same dress? Then she used to say, I have 100 dresses of same kind, same color. She always boasts of having 100 dresses of same color at home. The story is about the realization which people from mainstream society are forced to make about their different people with similar potential and emotions. The realization, now there are so many different castes, colors, religions in India. So when we go to other places like America and all, they also have to learn the culture, the background of India. So we need to understand each other. This lesson is going to tell that everybody is from different places, different situations, but how we understand other people's feelings, everything is you will come to know in the lesson, the 100 dresses. Now how many are there in this lesson? There are 4 characters in this lesson. Wanda Petronsky. First one is Wanda Petronsky. She is a poor Polish girl with a funny name that I told you. She wears same blue dress always and boasts of having 100 dresses. Another one character is Peggy. Peggy is her classmate. Whose classmate? Wanda Petronsky's classmate. Always teases Wanda, creates a game to ask Wanda about dresses. Different from others, never made Wanda cry by teasing. The most popular and pretty girl in the school. Means this girl is Peggy, is the most popular and pretty girl in the school. She used to tease Wanda, asking so many questions regarding that, how many dresses you have, but she used to never hurt her. Let us see. Another one girl is Maddie. In her one more her classmate, Maddie. Maddie is always teasing Wanda. Very close friend of Peggy. Peggy and Maddie were both close friends. A poor girl, but never boasts like Wanda. She is not boasting like Wanda Petronsky. She is a poor girl. Miss Mason is there. Miss Mason means Wanda's class teacher who helps the students and supports them. There are 4 main characters to students you must understand before going to the lesson. They are Wanda Petronsky, Peggy, Maddie and Miss Mason. Miss Mason is a teacher and Peggy and Maddie are the classmates of Wanda Petronsky. Okay. Wanda Petronsky and her classmates. First one we will go. What this little paragraph tells about her. Wanda Petronsky and her classmates. It was Monday. Wanda was absent, but nobody noticed in the class. First paragraph tells this lesson about her. Wanda was absent one day and nobody noticed in the class. She did not have too many friends in the class because she was a very shy and quiet girl. Wanda was a very quiet and shy girl. She did not have many friends. She always preferred to sit in the corner of the class. Where she used to sit? One small corner she used to search and she used to sit in the class. She came from Boggins Heights. Boggins Heights is a place. Boggins Heights is a place where she came from. Where poor people lived, not rich people lived. Who lived? Poor people lived. Her parents were Polish who left Poland to settle down in America. I told you she is a girl from Poland. Her parents were Poland people. We call them Polish people. And they left Poland. And why they left? In order to settle down in America. Thinking about classmates, about Wanda. Wanda's classmates thought of her when they came out of the class and waited to tease her, but she was absent. Now nobody noticed her absence in the class because why? She was a poor girl and she was sitting in the corner of the class, so nobody is noticing. But in the evening when the class is over, these two friends are coming out and now then they are realizing this girl is today absent. Why they are waiting there? In order to tease her. Wanda did not come to school on Tuesday as well. Monday also she did not come. Tuesday also she did not come to the school. Peggy and Maddie were close friends. Peggy and Maddie, they were both close friends. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. She was pretty and intelligent. Pretty means beautiful and she was very intelligent. Her friend was a poor girl. They always teased Wanda. Friend who, Maddie was a poor girl, I told you in the beginning, and they used to tease Wanda. They stayed after the school to mock Wanda, but they noticed that she was absent. They noticed that she was absent. Okay. Now I will begin the lesson. Today, Monday, Wanda Petronsky was not in her seat. Wanda Petronsky was not in her seat. But nobody, not even Peggy and Madeline, the girls who started all the fun, noticed her absence. They used to tease every day, but nobody noticed her absence. Whose absence? Wanda Petronsky's absence, nobody noticed. Usually, Wanda sat in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in room number 13. Where she used to sit, children? She used to sit last, sat in the seat next to the last seat. Means just before the front seat she used to sit, and in the last row in the room. Which room number? Room number 13. She sat in the corner of the room where the rough boys who did not make good marks sat. Rough boys means naughty boys sat. Where she sat in the corner of the room where boys sat, where naughty boys were there. There only this girl was sitting. Rough boys means they did not score good marks. They were very naughty boys. The corner of the room where there was most scuffling of feet. Scuffling of feet means noisy dragging movements of the feet on the ground. You all are making so much noise in the class through your legs. The scuffling of the feet means noise made by the legs, by your foot. It is there already in your textbook. Most roars of laughter when anything funny was said, and most mud and dirt on the floor. That room where she was sitting, there were only naughty boys. So what they used to do? They used to make so much of noise. They used to laugh loudly, and they used to make anything funny, little funny, so they used to laugh loudly, and there was lot of mud and dirt on the floor. Wanda did not sit there because she was rough and noisy. Not because she was naughty, not because she was noisy. She was a quiet girl. On the contrary, she was very quiet and rarely said anything at all. It is then clear, children. Wanda did not say anything to anybody. She was a very quiet girl. And nobody had ever heard her laugh out loud. Nobody in their life heard her laughing loudly. Sometimes she twisted her mouth into a crooked sort of smile. Sometimes she was twisting her mouth to give her crooked smile. That's all. That was all. That much only she used to do. She used to never make noise. She was very quiet girl. She was poor girl. All those characteristics of Wanda Petronsky, you must know that. Nobody knew exactly why Wanda sat in that seat. Nobody was knowing why she was going and sitting at the last corner of the class. Unless it was because she came all the way from Boggins Heights and her feet were usually caked with dry mud. Now, where she came from? She came from Boggins Heights. Not from, I told you in the beginning of the lesson, she came from Boggins Heights, a very poor place that was, and on her feet there was lot of mud, dirt, dry mud was there. But no one really thought much about Wanda Petronsky once she sat in the corner of the room, because she used to sit always at the corner. Nobody noticed something special about her and they did not bother her much. Children, rough meaning is naughty or violent. Scuffling of feet meaning is there on the textbook. On the contrary means what? On the contrary means as against. Against. Then rarely means very seldom. Not very often, very seldom. Twisted means mood. Crooked sort of smile means foolish smile. Caked with the dry mud means her legs were covered with the dry mud. Okay, that much is clear, children. The room when they thought Wanda was outside of school hours. The time when they thought of her outside the school hours. I told you in the beginning of the lesson. During the class, nobody missed her, but when they were out from the class, they missed her because why they missed? They wanted to tease her. At noon time, when they were coming back to school, or in the morning early before school began, when groups of 2 or 3 or even more would be talking and laughing on their way to the school yard. Everybody after the school, they used to laugh and make fun in the school yard, school campus only. They used to make some fun. Then sometimes they waited for Wanda to have fun with her. These 2-3 girls, they used to wait and to make fun with Wanda. The next day, Tuesday, Wanda was not in the school either, and nobody noticed her absent. Monday also she was absent, Tuesday also she was absent, and nobody noticed her absence. But on Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie, who sat down front with other children who got good marks and who did not track in a whole lot of mud, did notice that Wanda wasn't there. Now Wednesday, they are noticing that Wanda is not there. Now they have described the 2 girls, Peggy and Maddie. They were sitting front with other children and they were getting good marks, and who did not track in a whole lot of mud, means they were not moving in the mud and all. Did notice that Wanda wasn't there. These 2 girls on Wednesday, they are noticing that they are not there. Who is not there? Wanda is not there. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. I told you already. She was pretty. She had many pretty clothes and her hair was very curly. She had curly hair. Curly means you understand, no? Twisting like that. Curly hair. Maddie was her closest friend. Who was her friend? I told you that also. Maddie was the friend. The reason Peggy and Maddie noticed Wanda's absence was because Wanda had made them late to school. Why they noticed her absence? Because Wanda used to make them very late to the school. They had waited for Wanda to have fun with her, and she just hadn't come. 2 days they were waiting, morning itself, to make fun about this Wanda. But she did not come, so they had to be late to the school. So that's the reason they noticed her absence. They often waited for Wanda Petronsky to have fun with her. Understood? Now questions are given, children. Where in the classroom does Wanda sit and why? Answer is there in your book. You please find out. Where does Wanda live? What kind of place do you think it is? When and why do Peggy and Maddie notice Wanda's absence? What do you think to have fun with her means? Okay, these 4 questions are there. You will find out, read the lesson, find out the answer. Afterwards, I will send you the answers. If you have not written the notes, kindly write the notes. Bhagyashri, you see that you send the notes with somebody so that I can Xerox and I can scan and send to you all, to the children, so that it is useful. Otherwise also I am sending the notes from other book. Children, do not waste your time, because school may start late and you will not get proper attention this time, and you have to score good marks. See, like this only we have to do the lesson. Whatever doubts you all have, kindly let me know. I will clarify your doubts. I did not use board because 10th standard students, you all are a little bright students, I consider you all. And some meanings and all, if you want, you can put in the comment. I will tell you, and I will all the meanings of difficult words I will tell you there and then. So you take one pencil and note down the meanings. Just if you listen the lesson, it's okay for us. And recall the lesson, study by yourselves at home. Thank you, students.